Welcome to the Family Brand Show. We're Chris and Melissa Smith of FamilyBrand.com, husband and wife, parents of 5, and we want to help you take back your family and to live life on your terms.
And we know being a family can feel really overwhelming. Parents tell us they feel like they're being pulled in a million different directions. It's so challenging to navigate the uncertainty and all the chaos that's happening in the world right now.
And that's why we want to bring you every single week actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become a better parent, to become a better spouse, and to build a stronger family. And look, there's never been a better time and a more important time than right now to take back your family. You can define what your family stands for, or the world is going to do it for you. And the world needs strong families now more than ever. And it starts right here with your family. Hello and welcome back. Or if it's your first time, welcome to the Family Brand Podcast. I am really stoked to introduce my hero and my incredible wife, Melissa. And the reason I'm going to introduce her today is Melissa, behind the scenes, has created something really incredible as a free resource for families. And I was actually kind of surprised when she told me that she was going to give it away for free, because I think it's so valuable that families would pay for it. And it's probably been one of the most valuable things, if not the most valuable things to our family, from a standpoint of just helping us stay on the same page as a family and helping us stay connected as a family and helping us have a smoother, easier life as a family. And it's not always smooth. It's not always easy. We're not always connected. And it's probably the biggest contributing factor to us having some sense of just peace in what can obviously be chaos when you're a family and you have, 5 children like we do, or even 1 or 2 kids, and it's a Family Systems Playbook. And Melissa has been working just incredible, doing incredible work behind the scenes and put in a lot of time. So wanted to share with you the Family Systems Playbook, but also just give you some things that, well, what do we mean when we talk about a playbook?
Thanks, Chris. That was a beautiful intro. Yeah, so the Family Systems Playbook, it is part of the Family Brand Blueprint, which is inside of our Family Brand Academy. So basically, I just took this out of our Family Brand Academy and created it as its own standalone thing, because I think it's such a needle mover for our family. And so a lot of times I think families are like, well, we want to be more intentional. And I feel like this is a really easy way to start moving in that direction.
I also think you've asked over the years, numerous times a year, just to kind of keep checking in with your community and your audience, what's the number one challenge you face as a family?
Mm-hmm.
And I think every time you've asked that question over the years, it's the same answer, which is, how do we stay connected as a family and be more intentional when life just feels like it's moving a million miles an hour?
Totally. And so I think this is a direct answer to that in a way that is very, you don't have to figure it out on your own. We just give it to you. And so you just have to plug in, which makes it so easy and simple. And so those 2 things that are in the family meeting playbook, there's 2 separate things in there. One is, how do we hold a family meeting, which is where our whole family comes together. And we choose to do it on Sundays, and we have specific questions. There's really 4 specific things that we talk about in that meeting. And then the second thing in the Family Meetings Playbook is our check-ins. We do family check-ins with Chris, and I do them with each of our kids individually, and then we do them with each other. And I break it down in a lot of detail, what that looks like. There's 2 main questions that we ask, but then it's kind of evolved from there too. And go ahead.
What I was just going to say, I think I would rather stress to you right now, because you can get all the details in the Family Systems Playbook, and I don't think we want to take your time going into every single detail of every single question. I think I'd rather try to sell you, and I'm trying to sell you right now. It's a free resource, so.
Not actually, yeah. So.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to sell you on is, I wish someone would have came to us so much sooner and just said, commit to the power of some type of rhythm or cadence or system that allows you to be on the same page as an entire family once a week. And then it allows you to feel like you're on the same page with each of your kids individually once a week. And that allows you to feel like you're on the same page with your significant other or your spouse once a week. That can be very simple, because you could take advantage of this free resource, which I would recommend. But if you look at it kind of what's the big deal? And I see this a lot of times in the business world, and I've seen this in my own business. really successful businesses that are very profitable and very consistent and dependable, they have systems and rhythms and cadences in their business that produce that kind of outcome. It doesn't happen by accident. Same thing with the families that we meet. Like when we come across a family that is very intentional, very connected, creates a lot of the things they want in life, it's never surprising to us, whether they've been through the Family Brand Academy or not, that when we start talking to them, getting to know them, they're very intentional. They have set systems, rhythms, and cadences that just allow their family to run more smoothly, more efficiently. And yeah, there's just a power in that I wish that we would have adopted sooner. I'm grateful we adopted it when we did. I also think that there's something to be said for it's an opportunity to unplug from the world and be a family together. And we just had an experience of this last night. So one other rhythm and cadence that I would say we're not as good at as the others. But when we do it, and Melissa and I talked last night, okay, we're going to do this from now on, like we cannot miss, is we try to have a family night every Monday evening where it's like, okay, no friends, no going to the gym, no scheduling anything else. Like we're just going to be a family together every Monday evening, do something fun, do something meaningful. Last night we did Smith Masters, which is something we do in our family where we do a little bit of public speaking and everyone picks a topic and we talk. But providing that, and look, 90% of the time it's nothing profound, but we are together as a family. And then last night, and then you have these situations like last night where you catch a glimpse of like magic, and they're just a couple of our children shared some really meaningful, deep things. And it was like emotional, like we were crying as a family. And
I think 5 of 7 of us were like in tears. Some of us were like bawling. It was like all good stuff. But I was like, if we had not pushed for that intentional family time, that would never happen.
Yeah. And to Melissa's credit, she pushed for it. I supported it, but she was the driver of it for sure. And Melissa and I looked at each other so many times last night and then again today, and we're just like, that was magical. Why are we leaving this to chance? Why are we not just have this as a consistent, agreed upon rhythm and cadence? And it's kind of like this idea of like catching lightning in a bottle, like, look, you can do that. And not everyone, look, you're going to have some family meetings that are disasters. We've had family meetings where we walk away from the family meeting with everyone mad at each other. We didn't even finish it. Like you're going to have some check-ins that aren't great, but more often than not, the family meetings, the family check-ins, the family night, like for us, it's worth it. It's worth the effort to have some consistent time together where you're choosing to be a family and be on the same page.
Something that you said earlier, you were talking about successful businesses having like processes and systems. And I never really realized this. In families, we call them something different. Like in all the research, for example, they don't say that strong families have strong processes and systems, but they do say that the strongest families have traditions and they have rituals. And as you were saying that earlier, I'm like, those are basically the same thing, like in just different wording. So it is something that strong organizations, be it family or business, it's a common thread in both.
Well, I think that's a great point because oftentimes I used to think of traditions as like really big things that only happen around the holidays but no, like a weekly family meeting, that could be considered a tradition, or like in this case, a ritual. And it's just it's just another way to, the subtitle of the Family Brand podcast is Take Back Your Family, because I feel like the world is just wanting to take more and more of our family in the form of time and influence and ideas. And so these small, simple, but profound rituals, they've benefited. Like I said, I don't know that there's anything we've ever done that has been more impactful for us as a family to try our best to stay connected, to stay on the same page, and just kind of moving in the same direction together. And so I would really encourage you to commit first to the idea of this, and then second, follow the Family Systems Playbook, which where can they find that?
Yeah, you can find it at familybrand.com/meeting. And then the other thing I would add is, you can just get the PDF, but I also recorded some videos that go along with it. So it's also technically like a little mini course. And in the videos, I go into more detail than I can, just a PDF. And then I also show on video we have a big chalkboard where we write every week the outcomes of our check-ins, kind of our kids' goals, and we hang that near the kitchen table. But in the video, I go into detail showing exactly what it looks like and exactly how we do it. So I think the videos could be really helpful too if you are wanting to go even deeper. with this and wanting to see what different iterations of a family meeting and a family check-in can look like.
Melissa cracks me up because she's always like, I never want to hard sell anyone. And I'm like, I'll hard sell them for you. I'm going to take it a step further. You'd be crazy just to do the PDF. Like, watch the course, watch the videos, what Melissa's put
It's
together.
all free.
Yeah, it's
Like,
free.
even the videos is free.
It's incredible. So
yeah, so go check it out, familybrand.com/meeting. And I'd love to hear what comes out of these for your family. Thanks for hanging out with us today on the Family Brand Podcast. But wait, before you go, I want to give you something. It's something I stole out of our Family Brand Academy because I thought it would make a big difference for you, and I want you to have it for free, no strings attached. It's how we run our family meetings, and not just our family meetings that we have every week, but also our family check-ins, which is this system we've developed for how to connect with our kids and each other, Chris and I, every single week. And we've had some great outcomes with this. Not only have we, but a lot of families that have implemented this have as well. Actually, life-changing outcomes, if I'm being honest. You'll definitely want to get this. Go get your copy at familybrand.com/meeting, and we will catch you next time.